Okay, yesterday we looked at polygons. Today we're looking at angles of polygons. And angles of polygons, we've got a couple things that what we're going to look for is we're going to find the interior angles and the exterior angles of certain polygons. So the first thing we're looking at is number of sides. If I've got a three-sided figure and I draw a line from one vertex to the other vertices of that polygon, how many triangles are formed? Well, we still have just one triangle, and we all know that the sum of the angles of a triangle have to add up to equal 180 degrees. Now if I do the same thing with a four-sided shape, 1, 2, 3, draw those three lines, I have two triangles. And we know that each of those two triangles has to add up, have interior angles that add up to 180, which gives us 360 degrees. That's the sum of all the angles. And if we know that that's 90, 90, 90, and 90. 90 times 4 is 360. You can probably guess what's going to happen if we have 5. We draw that line, that line, that line, and that line. We end up with 3 triangles. So 3 times 180 is going to give me the sum of my interior angles, which is 540 degrees. Works the same with six-sided figure. And we'll see a pattern here. If it had 6 sides, it had 4 triangles, which 4 times 180 is going to equal 720. So we can come up with an equation for that. And let me zoom in so we can have room to write that. We take the number of sides, we subtract 2, and we multiply that times 180 to get the sum of our interior angles. Now, exterior angles are a different case. We'll see this. You see this shape over here, and we have 6 exterior angles. The sum of the exterior angles, no matter what the polygon, no matter how many sides it has, no matter how many exterior angles there are, they're always going to add up to equal 360 degrees. No formula, nothing there other than they're going to add up to 360 degrees. So, let's take a look at the first practice problem that we get here. Find the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex octagon. So, it has 8 sides. We're looking for the sum of the interior angles. So we're going to use our formula n minus 2 times 180. Well, n represents the number of sides. And we have an 8-sided figure, so 8 minus 2 times 180, which that's 6 times 180. So the sum is going to be 1,080 degrees, and that's my answer. Next example, find the measure of each interior angle of a parallelogram. Parallelogram means that it has 4 sides. Or actually, we have a picture of that, don't we? Yeah, there we go. That means that all 4 of these angles, it has 4 sides, so 4 minus 2 times 180. That's 2 times 180. That's 360 degrees. They're all going to add up to equal 360 degrees. So 5x plus 11x plus 4 plus 5x plus 11x plus 4 is going to equal 360 degrees. Combine like terms, simplify that, and we end up with 32x plus 8 equals 360. Subtract 8, 32x equals 352. If I divide both sides by 32, I get x equals 11. It wants me to find the measure of each angle. So, if x is 11, then angle R is 5 times 11, 5 times x, which is 55. T is the same, so angle T is also going to be 55. Angle S, 11 times x, which is 11, plus 4. So 121 plus 4 equals 125. And angle U is also the same, so it's also 125. Okay, moving on to the next one. A pottery mold makes bowls that are in the shape of a regular heptagon. Heptagon, 7 sides. Find the measures of one of the interior angles. Now it's regular, so that means all the angles are congruent to each other. So we're going to say 7 minus 2 times 180, which is 5 times 180. When I add all of the angles up, it equals 900 degrees. Now it's regular, so all the angles are the same. If it's 900 degrees, we can divide 900 by 7, and when we round that to the nearest decimal, we get 129, which means each angle is 129 degrees. So that formula, if we're looking for one interior angle, the formula for that is going to be n minus 2 times 180, and then we would divide it by n, the number of sides. Because we did that. We said 7 minus 2 times 180 divided by 7. Okay, the next problem. The measure of an interior angle of a regular polygon is 150. Find the number of sides in the polygon. So now we have that, we learned that formula, n minus 2 times 180 divided by n equals, and in this case we know that the measure of an interior angle, that's just one angle, is 150. So we're working our way backwards to solve for n. How many sides does it have? Well, we can multiply by n. So I've got n minus 2 to get rid of my fraction times 180 equals 150n. Distribute 180 to each of these. So 180n minus 360 equals 150, and I forgot to put the n there, didn't I? Okay, I'm going to subtract 150n from both sides, get 30n, add 360 to both sides, so 30n equals 360, divide both sides by 30, and n equals 12. That means there are 12 sides to this figure. Okay, and looking at this problem, find the x value. Well, they're all exterior angles. It doesn't matter how many angles there are. When I add them all up, they're going to equal 360 degrees. So I'm going to add up all the x's, which I have 5, 10, 15. 15 plus 10 is 25. 25 plus 6 is 31. So 31x. 5, 8 minus 12 is negative 4. Negative 6, negative 10. What do we have over here? Negative 15 and negative 12. So if I did that too fast, go back, slow it down, add them all up. You should get that when you combine like terms. 31x equals 372 when we add 12 to both sides. Divide by 31, and x equals 12. It asks for the value of x. That's my value for x. If it asks for each of the angles, we would plug it into each of those. Luckily, it didn't. We didn't have to do all that work. Find the measure of each exterior angle of a regular decagon. Well, again, they're going to always be the same. A decagon has 10 sides. So we need to find, so if we add all the exterior angles up of a decagon, we said it doesn't matter how many sides, they're going to add up to equal 360. And if it's got 10 sides, it has 10 exterior angles, and they're all the same, so we take 360, and we divide it by 10, which means each of the exterior angles of a decagon is 36 degrees. Okay, looking at your homework, You're going to use that formula. You should be okay. All of these are going to be similar to the ones. If you took good notes, or if you need to go back, look at the notes and see how some of these were solved. Just remember, if you're looking for the sum of the measures of the interior angles, you're using the formula n minus 2 times 180. If you're looking for a specific, now like for instance on number 3, it says find each interior angle. Basically, you're going to find the sum, and then you're going to set, for instance, it's a quadrilateral, so that's going to equal 360 degrees. Then you're going to take x plus 2x plus 3x plus 4x and set that equal to 360 degrees. Solve for x, plug it back in, and find all 4 of those angles. You can't see the picture on number 5, but it's really the picture's irrelevant. You can get enough from the word problems there. Number 9, exterior problem. Just know that all of these angles are going to add up to equal 360 degrees. Okay? Other than that, I think you should be good on that assignment, and good luck.